Hi everyone, welcome to Conquer Autism TV. My name is Armando. I'm your host, and this is a video series on tips, tricks, advice that you can take from me and how you can implement those into your everyday life so you can conquer autism. Um, Now, I just want to be clear on this. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, nutritionist, or anything of the sort. I'm a dad with over 21 years of experience taking care of my autistic son. And throughout all these years, I have accumulated experience, knowledge, etc., etc. And the purpose of these videos is to transfer you that information, and perhaps that can help you in the long journey in helping someone who is disabled. Okay, well, today's topic, in my opinion, it's a very touching topic because I have seen other couples struggle with this a lot, and I really hope that you are not going through this with your spouse or with your partner. Today's topic is support your spouse or husband if you guys have an autistic child. What I've seen is that this is perhaps the area where many couples fail, unfortunately. I have seen and heard stories about dads and moms leaving the child behind, leaving that relationship, leaving the household behind so they can have what it's called a normal life. Because according to them, that's not my son. That's not my daughter. That cannot be my child because he or she has autism. That is one of the most how do you say, ridiculous things or arguments that I've heard for leaving a partner or leaving a son or daughter behind because of a diagnosis. And I may make a lot of enemies here, but it has to be said. Based from my experience, okay, from what I've seen, men are more guilty of this. Women are less guilty. But you know what? In all honesty, I would assume that a woman wouldn't do that because, they have this child inside of their womb, you know. I, as a man, I would say, wow, I would imagine women wouldn't even be on the table when it comes to this topic. But unfortunately, some are. But in most cases, again, men are more guilty. And when it comes to this, as couples with autistic children, we need a plan. I'll be honest with you. We need a plan. Honestly, I somewhat failed at this because I was a newbie. I didn't know what to think, what to expect. I mean, you name it. But let me tell you where I have seen couples fail and what I went through too. So you can learn, so you don't make the same mistake that I did. Okay, I want to start with the ladies. Ladies, please don't put your men aside because you're too busy with your disabled child. I will say it one more time. Don't put your man aside because you're too busy taking care of your disabled child. Now, when it comes to this, I can only imagine, the pain that a woman goes through at the early stages of her child being diagnosed with autism because they were the ones carrying the baby. You know, they were the ones probably imagining a normal life, going to the beach, um, going to normal regular graduations. Going through the normal experience of raising a child that is not disabled. But unfortunately, because of the diagnosis, now we have to modify stuff, a lot of stuff. So, so my, what do you say? My feelings, my condolences. There you go. My condolences, in a way, go to um, go to the wives or the partner. Now, I'm going to talk to men. Men, you need to understand that your wife is wired differently. And in all honesty, we have to sacrifice now. We get married having the best of hopes, visualizing a happy marriage with happy children. Nobody gets married saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get sick, and you're gonna take care of me." Yeah, and should our sons, be disabled, I can count on you. Nobody says that. The world spins, and it gives us so many crazy things to deal with. And one of them is having a disabled child. But again, as men, we have to understand them. Okay, they were the ones carrying the baby in the womb. Okay, and to bear a child that is disabled. You know, I don't know. This is just me. I even think that probably those moms, they have feelings of guilt now. Why did I get pregnant, bringing someone to suffer to this world? Because in a way, that's what's going to happen. But, a big but, we can reduce that suffering. You know, we can be better dads, better moms. And the way we accomplish that is by not forgetting that we are a team, that my wife needs support, that I, as the husband, need support too. The bottom line is that your child needs you now more than anything, and it's time for you as a couple to shine, not to become distance, not to become apart, etc., etc. You know, um, I think one of the things that have to be very clear when it comes to raising children, and when it comes to raising children with autism. Hold on, please. ¿Le puedes bajar el volumen? Estoy grabando. Estoy grabando. Bájale el volumen. Estoy grabando. I think of the very things. I'm sorry about that. One of the very things that have to be clear from the beginning is that you need to share the care of the child, share the responsibilities, and you need to communicate this to each other very, very clearly. Okay, don't leave it up to one person to do everything, because it is very taxing, and it is heartbreaking. Now, put in your position and put yourself in the shoes of the person that is only doing the caregiving. That person is only watching his partner or husband or wife just lay down on the couch, come to home like there's no disabled child at home, you know, doing his own thing, comes and goes. That is heartbreaking and very taxing mentally and really stressful because you relay to the other person that you need help, but the other person is not answering you, or they don't want to comply or give you a helping hand. So don't leave it up, just to one person. Become a team. Trust me when I say this. When you two become a team with a disabled child, everything becomes so much easier. But when you two divide yourself over the care, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that, you didn't do this, blah blah blah, then you start pointing fingers, then the fight start. Everything tends to come down, and the needs of that child are not really being met, and it is very sad as outsiders see that, you know. So let me it's heartbreaking. Let me talk about a couple um, that I heard of. I knew the wife. Uh, the son had autism. Thankfully, the autism wasn't really high in the spectrum, but the child clearly needed help. You know what the husband did? He left. He said, "This is not for me." Under the, from my understanding, under the the excuse, that is not my son because he's disabled. But the wife was able to deal, that I really praise her for that, and I praise all of you out there who are single parent, single parent household, you know, in this situation. She was able to do extremely well by herself for many years until I guess the light bulb in the husband's head, turned on and said, "What am I doing, or what have I been doing?" And he decided to go back. You know. Now the wife accepted him back. I won't judge that. But the point is that he realized that not being at home, you know, this is just me thinking, was hurting the wife, but most importantly was hurting the son, you know. But I'm just glad that in this case, in this example that I'm citing to you guys, this couple was able to work things out between them and come back together again. And to my understanding now, they bought a house, they live together, so it's great for them. So one side note, if you are alone, if your partner left you, and if you want them to come back, don't give up hope. From my experience, what I've seen is that sometimes it takes a while for mom or dad or your partner to swallow that nasty pill of autism. It's hard. It's hard. And usually the first reaction is rejection to the diagnosis. But if they want to come back to you, make things correct, It's up to you if you will accept them or reject them. But wait the consequences. I'm not here giving marriage advice, okay? I'm just saying wait the consequences, of taking them back or rejecting them, because either way, the one that's gonna get impact the most will be your child. Keep that in mind, okay? Um, Other things, you can do uh, to always be a team, work together on this. Is go out together, as if you were getting still getting to know each other before you got married. Go out, have fun, be wild, laugh. Trust me on this. My goodness, I failed so bad at this in the beginning. Taking care of someone that is disabled is hard. It is hard. And those moments when you're away from your child are incredibly important because you take a break. You cannot have this mentality that, you know, no one can take care, no one can take better care of my son than I do. Because if not, and those who take care of disabled children know this, often we are stuck at home with therapy from third service providers, meetings, you name it. And if we don't have a break, if we don't allow, whenever possible, okay, and if safe, if grandma, grandpa, or my sister, or my brother, or anybody who's willing to help you from the bottom of the heart, so you can take a break. If we don't allow that, eventually we're gonna become tired, so exhausted that you know things things can collapse. You know, so go out, have fun, be wild, laugh. These things are important so you can keep interested in each other. You can keep close to each other. You can make peace quickly after disagreements. Because if you don't do this, then the disagreements are going to continue. The fights, this can escalate to divorce. Because then the woman or the husband can start blaming the child as the source of the problem. You get me? And the child doesn't really understand what is happening. All he knows is the moment that are fighting and that it sounds really ugly. It sounds loud. And in some cases, sometimes they think that we're upset with them. I haven't been a perfect husband. I've had arguments with my wife. You know who thinks that I'm upset with him? My son. And I have to remind him, no, 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 chill, man. Yeah, my voice, it may not be the nicest voice right now, but I'm having a discussion with your mom. Don't worry. You can keep watching your movie or whatever. And it's sad when these type of things keep escalating, nonstop, and then something really ugly happens or something bad happens. So work as a team. Okay. Again, the main topic is support your spouse, support your husband, support your partner. Okay. And I want to make it very clear. I talk from experience. I don't talk. I'm sorry. I don't talk about something that I read. I'm not a doctor either. I'm not a therapist, nutritionist, or anything like that. What I am is a dad with over 21 years of experience taking care of my autistic son. I appreciate you getting into this stage of this video. I know it's been really long, but I thank you for watching. If you can, subscribe to the channel, give a like to this video. You can also support to the channel. I will leave a link on the bottom to Conquer Autism website where you can make a monthly donation, and it can be as low as $1. And this will help me bring valuable information to you that you can use to better your life and conquer autism. From the bottom of my heart, I'll see you guys until the next video. Take care, everyone, and have a wonderful life.